competent and feckless in their resistance to Trump. But I think that is by design.
Hasan, do you think their lives has been materially diminished by Trump? I don't think it has. I mean, if you know what, aesthetically they don't like Trump.
If we're talking about
Aesthetically, they don't
like
like ICE, you know, the sight of the hooded men and all that. But you know, in the end, if you look at their portfolio, if you look at their net worth, if you look at what they are doing every day, every night, where they go, to their office, to the various dues and gigs and whatever it is that they do at night, their life has not been that severely affected. They may be interested in somebody like Mamdani because he's electable and so on, but the moment he's going to move from New York to the national scene, and he will not be able to have a 3-point plan. He will have to have a multi-point plan.
Yeah.
And the moment that his agenda starts undercutting their privileges, I very much fear that they will yet again succumb to the lure of fascism.
So how do we combat that?
Well, we don't count on them. We count on the right-wing Teamsters, on the right-wing, not the leaders of the Teamsters, but the rank and file. We have to speak to them. We have to address them with respect. Dismissing the Trump voters as fascists is a very big mistake. I call Trump a fascist, but we must never surrender masses of deprived and depraved people to the fascists. They are not fascists. They are people whose discontent has driven them to vote in that way. But
I do agree with that.
We have to pull them back.
I do agree with that. My way of communicating this is like, whether you think they're racist or fascist or not, doesn't matter. They still need healthcare, right? So this is one area that you can talk to them directly on. I've done this in the past as well. I mean, this is a more comical approach, but there's this podcast where these two kids have like ultra MAGA parents called a Necessary Conversation podcast, and I actually talk to their parents with them. And when they have a conversation, they're very liberal. When they have a conversation with them, they have this dynamic where they're very angry at their parents, because the parents say like unhinged things, right? Justifying the assassination of Alex Peretti, things like that. And in that conversation, when I was talking to them, I was able to convince them of the need for socialized medicine, even though they are recipients of it. The parents are, because they're old. They're like 75 plus, sure. So they're already receiving government funded healthcare. So they're like, I got mine, I'm good. But and even convince them on the necessity for public education as well, in order to remain competitive in the international market against other labor forces and in general. And I think that conversation can be had. It's just the major problem is that the Democrats don't want to have that conversation at all. Like That's the political party does not want to have that conversation.
But remember, it was Obama that wrecked the public option.
Yeah,
and essentially, Obamacare was a great boon for the insurance companies.
Mm-hmm.
So, I lived in the United States at the time, and it was really very hard for me to barrack for Barack, to support Obamacare. I mean, I wanted to.
It's a right wing. But it was already a right wing.
But it was a right wing thing. People were pointing out the fact that he was enriching the insurance companies.
Yeah.
It was,
Well, that's not what they were pointing out. The right wing was actually saying that they're going to do death panels, they're going to kill people. Like, the right wing was very indecent about their propaganda,
I mean,
which
that was the propaganda
worked.
that was coming from the top of the Republican
Party. Yeah.
But some of the more thinking Republicans were not, they didn't defend it in the way they would defend Social Security.
Yeah.
If they're recipients of Social Security.
Yeah.
The cover that was offered was crap.